Alright guys, welcome back to Strong Successful Male. So for today in the Ask SSM video series, got an email from a subscriber. This guy's 48 years old. He is brand new to the channel and the community. His brother sent him over here after a major situation went down with his wife and stepdaughter, who he is now very strongly thinking about divorcing the wife and disowning the stepdaughter after the ultimate disrespect came from the stepdaughter during a graduation party that happened about a week ago. He's writing in because he's really at that point that he could use some guidance here. And I got to tell you guys, it's going to be all hands on deck today. I'm asking as a personal favor, all you guys chime in and give this guy advice because he needs it. And also, I might add, disclaimer, if you have a heart condition, maybe you might want to do something to calm down before you watch this video, because this is going to make a lot of you guys blood boil. Your blood pressure is going to go up as you hear this story. Long story short, our guy here has been married to his now wife, I guess about, 15 years or so. And at the time he got together with her, she had a 9-year-old daughter. In other words, she was a single MOM. And our guy here obviously did not know the dangers of getting involved with single MOMs, because he got involved with her and he gave everything to her and the stepdaughter. And you're going to see in this story how the thanks they showed him. And you can pick up the sarcasm here, and it is awful. And our guy now wants to divorce the wife, or very strongly thinking about it, and definitely wants to have nothing to do with it and disown the stepdaughter. That's how bad it is. And that'll be a very good one to go over here, guys, really hitting home a couple things. Number one, as I warn you always, about getting involved with the single MOMs. While not all are like this and bad, plenty are out there that have a little kid or kids, and they're looking for a provider. And they can pick a nice guy, white knight provider a mile away, and they will zero in on him and rope him in, and that's that. And a lot of times that guy, his marriage to her, that kid, it's all about what he can provide. And that kid usually ends up being very entitled. And he has very little say over the raising of that kid, amongst many other headaches and problems that are associated with raising somebody else's kids. And a lot of times, usually the deadbeat father, he's treated like the king, even though the stepfather is the one providing on multiple fronts. And there's many other things that usually pop up, as you are aware, but this is the main theme of the story here. And the second important lesson of the story, to reiterate, as many of you are aware, women love to chase after the bad boy. They like to chase after the guy that won't pay attention to them. Meanwhile, a good guy who pays attention to them, that is good to them all fronts, they're like, no big deal. And it's no different with these gals who are abandoned and ditched by their fathers. You hear stories, and I've covered some, where a girl's raised by her stepfather. He's great to her. Her wedding comes. He's excited to walk her down the aisle because he loves his stepdaughter so much. And who's suddenly back in the picture? The biological father. And she wants him to walk her down the aisle. Crazy things like that. It's no different whether it's a girl about a guy that she was romantically involved with, or a girl with her dad that abandoned her. Same thing. And must be aware of it. Now, before I get into the story, guys, real quick, if you haven't done so already, come check me out, or check the men's community out on Locals or Patreon. Got started last week, and a lot of guys are coming in. We're having a good time. You could either come over and join as a member, 100% for free, just see what it's all about, take you just a moment of your time, or you can become a paying supporter. And a paying supporter gets all the very good stuff. You get all these videos from all three of my channels commercial free, a couple days in advance before they hit YouTube, the ability to comment and have a good time with a censorship-free environment, as well as exclusive material videos I'm putting up every week. So it's a pretty darn good deal, and I'm doing it, as many of you are aware, and you've heard my spiel before, to protect myself, because it's getting kind of crazy out there how sensitive they are, and I got to protect myself in case one day I'm kicked off or demonetized. But anyhow, guys, we're having a really good time, making a major priority. But again, don't forget, I'm not going anywhere. I'm still on YouTube all the time, but I'm just branching out a little bit, as that's what I have to do. So come check it out. Again, just sign up for free and just see what it's all about. Okay, on to our guy's story. And again, you guys with high blood pressure, be careful. It says, "Hello, SSM. I hope you're doing well. As for me, not so much. Things are still fresh in my mind, and all my thoughts are a bit scattered right now, so please bear with me. The truth is, I've been going in circles as to what to do next, and my brother, who watches your channel, suggested I write to you. Well, shout out to the brother. You owe him a six-pack. And by the way, guys, this guy actually wrote into me like a week ago, but his email was in my spam folder. I had no idea. And last night I decided to look in my spam folder, and I saw a couple other emails in there. So if you write to me and I don't respond or you don't hear anything, write me again, because it's possible it went in the spam folder. If I'd seen this a week ago, I would have done this right away to help this guy out. So who knows what's going on now. But anyhow, we can still help him. After a quick search, it seemed he's right. This is just the sort of thing I could use right now. Here's the problem. I'm a 48-year-old guy married to my 45-year-old wife, Sophia. We've been married for 13 years now. When I met her, she already had a 9-year-old daughter, who we can call Maria, due to a short tryst with Tyrone. The girl is a mixed child, Latina and black, but so am I, Cuban and Italian. Her mom is 100% Honduran. Even so, I took her daughter in as my own and even adopted her after a few years. We also have a 13-year-old daughter and a 10-year-old son together. Okay, so you heard it all. Single MOM, 9-year-old girl. Obviously, Tyrone, the daddy, isn't in the picture. And as I said, zoom, found a guy here. Now, our guy here, obviously, did not know back then, or until recently, what we all know. And many of you experienced on your own. And he's about to be brought up real quick at what things are like. Our marriage has had its ups and downs, but none as bad as what recently happened. Maria just graduated from college in May of this year, and I was so proud. I booked a venue to throw her a huge party. I spared no expense, even though I'm just a middle-class guy. I even bought her a car. It's used, but in very good shape. To top it off, I had paid for all her living expenses and tuition and fees in college. I gave my blood and sweat to that girl. Okay, brother, so here's what I do in this channel when guys do things that are boneheaded. I smack them. Smacking some sense to them. Brother, I know you're hurting, and I'm sorry you're going what you're going through, because we haven't gotten yet to what happens here. That's too much. That's too much for any child. You're spoiling them rotten. Come on here. Full tuition, room and board, and got her a car? Doesn't she have any money? Does she not have at least a job in the summertime during college? Good Lord Almighty, who's paying for that insurance now? Amongst many other things. These parents today are too giving to their kids, and they just expect everything. 30 years ago when I was going to school, the vast majority of people I went to school with all had jobs in the summertime and during school, and took care of their own, at least part of their tuition, room and board. I recognize it's a lot more expensive now compared to like wages and salaries and stuff, but even still, she can have some debts, not your job. But what's done is done. And the problem is that it's one thing to do that to a genuinely good person who appreciates it, but clearly she doesn't, as you're about to see. But what's done is done. But you see, guys, what he's done here. Anyway, the party was just last weekend, and there were tons of guests and family. It was packed and full of excitement. The music was kicking, and the food was very good. At one point, there was a huge uproar as someone entered the venue. I couldn't see as I was in the front, but everyone was making a lot of noise. So I asked Sophia what was the commotion. But she just said to me, "Relax, Poppy. It's just a guest." Then my daughter Maria took the microphone and was telling everyone about her life's experiences. She thanked everyone and wanted to give a special thanks. I thought it was for me, and I got very emotional. I was about to stand up when she called my name, but to my surprise, she said she mentioned somebody else. She said, "I want to thank a very special and important man who brought me into this world, Tyrone." Tyrone? Isn't Tyrone the guy that abandoned her and her mother, and obviously hasn't been paying anything for all these years, and now magically that she's a legal adult and there's nothing to pay for anymore, suddenly he's back in the picture and she wants to thank him after you've been raising her since she was 9 years old and paying for all her room and board and tuition and books and probably never had a job during those years and car. She's going to make the big thing to Tyrone? Yeah, I can see why you're pissed, but at the core of the anger is hurt What a little asshole. Yeah, I'm going to say it. She's a young woman now. I can call her that. And P.S., your wife knew he was coming, and she's an asshole too. It's like Dark Helmet. I'm surrounded by assholes. What the fuck? But bro, this is my point. This is my point. Look, this is what you get after everything you've done. Yes, a provider. That's what they do. We're not done yet, guys. Again, you guys with heart conditions, try to calm down. Maybe pause the video, breathe, because I know you guys are fuming here. Now, I only heard bits and pieces about Tyrone. He and Sophia got together in a short time long ago, and then he split when she got pregnant. Oh ho ho, the stereotypes. Oh ho ho, the cliche. Oh ho ho, the smug look I have to have on my face when I know I'm right. He would occasionally pop in and out of Sophia's life for a few years, but then stopped altogether when Maria was about 4 years old. But it was me who raised her from age 9 years old on. It was me who fed her, clothed her. I worked my hands to the bone to provide for her, and now he just came back to take credit. It was the biggest disrespect. You're damn right about that, man. Please tell me that, I don't know, is her name on the title of the car yet? I'm guessing probably. I looked angrily at Sophia and asked, what is going on here? Sophia's wife. Did you know about this? She just nodded. It's her father. She wanted him to be here, and now they can have a relationship again. How convenient after all this time, and no longer college to pay for anything like that. He should be giving you a check, pal. But I guarantee he probably doesn't even have a bank account. What's so wrong about that, she said. I stood up so everybody could see. What's so wrong? My words were harsh. Well, good for you. See, your wife doesn't give a shit. She doesn't give a shit at all how you feel here. It's fucking terrible. But again, my point. Provider. I know we'd all like to think that when you met your wife, that when she was single, that she found you handsome and charming and liked you for you. But I'd be talking bullshit here. I mean, maybe you are. I'm sure you're a cool guy. But it was about providing. And here you are. You're supposed to just accept this. She knew it was going to happen. She knew this would piss you off. She knew this would hurt you. She doesn't give a shit. It's all about chasing after. Your stepdaughter doesn't give a shit. It's my point about how they'll always chase after the validation of the guy that they can't have. Right here. It says, I work long hours in the sweltering Florida heat so you people can sleep, eat, and enjoy your lives, and you don't have the decency to acknowledge me. Exactly. And yes, I know that Florida heat, friend. Sophia actually laughed when I said this, like it was a joke to her. I looked over at Tyrone, was making his way to the front to meet Maria, and didn't even have the balls to meet my gaze. Then I walked out. Well, good for you. I don't blame you for walking out. Dude, it's fucking terrible. I'm sorry it happened to you, man. It's not like I'm trying to rub it in or anything, be like, see, ha, 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 those single moms. I'm really not trying to do that, but I got to make my point because I got people watching this who, if they don't have it really rubbed in and really make me make a point here, might make the same mistake one day. There was a mixture of applause, but mostly confusion as this whole thing unfolded. I don't think most people were aware of what was going on. They probably assumed I'd helped arrange it. But I did not. I didn't know anything. In fact, I was blindsided by this disrespect by two people who I thought loved me as I love them. Well, sir, since you're new and if you haven't heard this already, it's all about people's actions, not their words. And their actions, your wife and stepdaughters, are showing you exactly how important you are to them. As I was leaving, my older brother, the same one who watches your content, saw how unhappy I was and followed. I explained the whole situation. He got angry as well. I can imagine. I think your brother is the only buddy that sees through this shit. Then he told me to go to his place and cool down before I did something stupid, so I took his house key and left. Yeah, it's good you left. Well, later on, my phone kept ringing and texts were coming in like crazy. It was from Maria, Sophia, and odd random phone numbers. Also, tons of voicemails and even Tyrone. That fucking guy actually the nerve to call you? Well, we're not done yet. The fool had the audacity to tell me that he wasn't stepping in, just coming back to help raise his daughter. It's too late. She's a woman now, you idiot. That motherfucker called you an idiot? As for Maria, she started apologizing at first, but then later her texts were cruel. She said that I was being selfish because I didn't want her own father in her life. I didn't respond. I was too hurt and angry and knew I would only say very bad things. Well, it's good you didn't respond, because now it's going to make her more crazy that you're not responding here. But again, she's labeling you selfish. Really. She's the one that obviously married, no offense, you, because you could provide. And all the things you've given to her and her daughter, your stepdaughter, and you're selfish. That guy abandoned them abandoned her when she was pregnant. I guarantee he wasn't paying child support and paying for things. I'm sure a dime didn't come from him for her car or tuition or food or clothes or anything like that. But now he's back, and you're being selfish, dude. Lawyer, divorce. Oh yeah. My wife, I hate now. Well, the opposite of love ain't hate. It's indifference, and you need to become indifferent. But that's gonna take a while. But nobody can blame you for being pissed. But when you're full of hate, that can cause you dumb things. So try to calm down. She knew and never told me. Just like her daughter, Maria, she said I was being childish for not giving Tyrone a chance. Did your stepdaughter also call you childish? Really? Well, where was he all this time? Whose name is on her birth certificate? Stop. You're on her birth certificate? Smack. That's another one. No, never do that. Mine, because according to the state, he abandoned her. Even so, I no longer accept Maria as my own. From the moment she betrayed me, she was dead to me. As for my wife Sophia, I'm contemplating divorce. Contemplating? It's pretty obvious to all of us that she needs to go. I know it will affect my 2 other children, who are mine, but I can't stay with a woman who doesn't respect me. Well, brother, she does not respect you. And she'll never love you if she doesn't respect you. I stand to lose everything except my integrity. Am I being unreasonable? Am I being foolish? Tell me, because right now I can't think straight. My emotions are too high. I only have negative feelings right now, so I don't know if I'm doing the right thing. Brother, I'm going to not waste your time, and I'm going to say right now, no, you're not being unreasonable. No, you're not overreacting, none of those things, and you have a right to be angry and hurt and all that. And absolutely, your wife's got to go. Why would you want to stay married to someone that would treat you so badly? You have every reason to be angry and hurt, and a whole mix of emotions here about how you were treated. And oh yeah, by the way, she knew darn well what was going on and didn't mention it on purpose. Think about it. She knew you would say, if she actually asked you if he could come to the thing, she knew you would say no. She knew you'd be pissed off, might even cancel the whole thing. She kept it quiet on purpose. That makes it worse, to blindside you. And you look like, I guarantee a lot of people there are like, what the fuck? You know, I'm sure your brother who recommended my channel was like, what the fuck? And probably was thinking, oh, this is a video for SSM. She's got to go, man. And as for your stepdaughter, she is not a little kid anymore. If since she graduated college, I'm going to guess she's probably bare freaking minimum 21, but probably 23 since everybody goes to college for 5 years nowadays. She's responsible for her actions. You have done everything for her, and this is how she treats you. Again, this is like the stories where a girl's going to get married. A stepdaughter's going to get married. And then the wedding comes, and she wants her deadbeat dad to walk her down the aisle, not the stepfather, you know, and then the stepfather cancels the wedding, cancels the reception, disowns her. This is as close as can be. After all this, and he's been out of the picture all this time, supposedly, no, I'd be done with her, dude. And I guarantee you, there's going to be a lot of people that are going to label you as overreacting and emotional and childish and all this other crap. Don't listen to them. I guarantee your brother ain't saying that. But your wife's got to go. Absolutely. Because is she in any way, shape, or form in this story treating you with love or respect? I don't hear or see any love or respect here. I see nothing but disrespect, disdain, malice, all that. And she has the gall to give you a hard time about this? And that jerk-off Tyrone's giving you a hard time? Let Tyrone have them. Let them have Tyrone. And here's the thing: your stepdaughter and wife, since they're obviously so drawn to men that abandon them, well, you can give them exactly what they want. You can abandon them too. Shit, they may actually really be drawn to you after that because that's what they're into. So that's what I think. Now, you said you have, I believe you said you have a daughter and son with your wife, and they're teenagers. Well, my man, yeah, that ain't gonna be pretty. But you can't stay married to her, because if you stay married to her after all this, you think it's gonna get better? It's gonna get worse. Way worse. The disrespect, you think is bad, the disrespect now, it's going to the stratosphere next because you put up with this. Yes, at the end of the day, you can have your integrity and walk away and be done with it. And will you get hit hard? Yeah, absolutely going to get hit hard. But at least you have integrity. And as a man, you can start over. You said yourself you've been working your fingers to the bone or whatever you said in this god-awful Florida heat. It means you're tough and you can handle a lot. And I know you can handle this and get through with it. So I would talk to an attorney, find out your options, and whatever it is, don't be intimidated by it. And do not let your wife and anybody else manipulate you into sticking around because labeling you childish or immature or overreacting or acting like a bitch. I'm sure she'll probably call you that. And also don't fall for the inevitable waterworks. Because when the yelling and screaming and temper tantrums don't work, then the waterworks. The begging and pleading, I'm sorry, she's not going to change. And you said you've had your ups and downs in the marriage. You didn't elaborate too much on that. Now, there ain't no marriage out there that's not going to go through struggling times, have some disagreements, ups and downs. But something tells me by the way she's been treating you this whole thing and the way your stepdaughter has been treating you, it's probably a lot worse than you're letting on or even realize how bad it is. I'm 48 years old, your age. I've been in plenty of relationships in my life. I have observed plenty of train wreck relationships from friends and family. I have been doing this for 6.5 years, 4,000 plus videos on YouTube, pretty related to things like this. Yeah, dude, it ain't good. So talk to a lawyer, find out your options, and go from there. Maybe your bro, who you're staying at his place right now, will let you stay there for a little while. We work things out. But it ain't going to be pretty. But another thing is very important, whatever you do, you got to control the narrative. If you're new here and never heard about that, that means you need to tell the truth about what's going on to everybody. Do not let your wife and your stepdaughter control, because they will do everything they can to make you out to be the villain no matter what. And women are very good at being persuasive and manipulative, okay? And sometimes people will just believe them because they don't want to get on their bad side. So that's what I think. Now, do I think some people might say that some people may stumble upon this video and say you're being a little too harsh, or they divorcing her or disowning the stepdaughter is a little harsh? Sure, it's possible. But knowing my crowd here, knowing the brotherhood, the community here, I'm willing to bet that overwhelmingly all the guys watching this are going to tell you what I'm telling you too. So I encourage you to watch this video, obviously going to watch this video, and read the comments. Read this over a few days. The most comments you're going to get in the first 24 hours, then the next 12 hours after that, and then it will taper off a little bit, unless this video goes viral. You never know. And that's what I think. So please, if you haven't done it already, haven't gone back already, consider what I have to say. Because life's too short. You're a tough guy. You're 48 years old. You can recover. It ain't going to be easy. I hate to be in your shoes, but you're going to recover. And you got to let your own kids know that you love them no matter what. But there's a line that isn't crossed. And by doing this, you're going to show your children, your actual kids, what it's like to be a man, that you're not going to be pushed around, disrespected. They'll learn not to fuck with you. And also, you're actually doing the stepdaughter a great service, showing her that you can't cross somebody and use them. And there you go. And oh yeah, I might add, I find it very interesting that suddenly your wife knew how to reach out to Tyrone after all these years. Something tells me, and I've done plenty of stories like this, she's probably known where he's been all this time. And I could be wrong, but it's possible that she and Tyrone may have gotten together over the years. You never know. I don't mean to stir up a hornet's nest, but you got to be paying attention for all these things. And also, and I think you should get rid of her, you should divorce her. I would also make sure when you go back to the house at some point, you need to make sure when you get to the house, if your lawyer doesn't tell you this already, if you haven't already said you're done with her and divorcing her, gather up all important paperwork you may have. At the very least, copies of tax returns, birth certificate, passports, every important documentation. So you divorce and you move out and you can't get back in your house, you have those documents. Very, very important. As well as any money, if you have money in a joint checking account, get your money out before you make your big move and that type of thing. Things like that. Now, I'm sure your lawyer, a good lawyer, will tell you. And your brother will certainly be able to tell you because he listens to this channel. So, brother, good luck to you. I'm sorry it happened. It's terrible, but the world isn't over. And again, yeah, at the end of the day, you have your integrity. And you'll show your own children what it's like not to cross you and what it is to act like a man. The problem is, man, it's just, again, obviously you didn't know any better. But this is what happens to a lot of guys that marry single moms that are looking for a provider. And they, as you said, blood, sweat, and tears, working your finger to the bone, and this is how you're repaid? Yeah, it happens. And all you can do now is control how the future goes. So, good luck to you, brother, and please do write back letting us know how you're doing down the road. All right, guys, that's it for today. Be sure to comment down below. Please comment down below. Give this guy some advice. And be sure to like the video, share with your friends, and subscribe. And I'll catch you next time.